Okay, just got back from the lakes, got everything unloaded. Time to find out what the hell let it go. She went done boom. She's done blown up. Cost of racing. So we had about 5K in it this year already, and it just went up some more. And I got 3 timing slips so far. We just went 131 with it. First pass, 109.5 on the second pass, and went 124.2 or something on the run last couple months ago. So 3 passes this year, 5K. That's roughly about 1,800 bucks a ticket. There you go. Who wants to go racing? It's cheap. All right, and that's not counting the cost of the bike they already owned. So that's just fixing shit. Now it's going to get more expensive. For sure, the cylinder is broken in half, and I don't think that's the problem. I think that's the after effect of what really happened. I think the crankshaft broke. So I'd be shocked if the crank was not in 2 pieces right now. Something broke. So it broke heavy. It shook so bad it broke the coil mounts right off the coil. These zip ties up here, I put this on to come home because I don't want the coil falling off on the road trip home. But yeah. So these zip ties right here don't even hold that coil on. It broke every one of them. That's a lot of vibration. So the motor was shaking more and more every pass, so I knew it was not happy, but we come to race, so we're racing. So everybody said I had to clean my bike before I went racing. Why would I ever clean my piece of shit when it's going to look like this when I get home anyway? See, that's people that know how to race. You know, them asphalt racers, they know about that stuff. The dirt guys, we're used to dirt. So now my leathers are dirty on the right side. I got my boot nice and dirty. So I oiled up my boot. Oiled up my steel toe. So that's well oiled. My leathers are well oiled on the right leg now. And I cleaned the other side of the bike, so now this side's dirty. So it's equal now. So anyway, the ignition worked. It ran strong. It was pulling 7,500 RPM there or so in third gear on the first pass. So I went 131 mile an hour. Third gear. Oh, almost 132. 193. Yeah, moving. 5,100 foot elevation. Yeah, it was 59 or 800 before. It's only 83 degrees up there. This one here is 5,200 foot elevated at 87 degrees. It didn't go up very much. I think it got to about 92 at the end, hottest part of the day. Hell, for a July meet, that is the coldest meet I can remember. Of course, we haven't had a meet in 7 years, but that's cold. Damn, the May meet was a damn 90 degrees plus. I figured about 95. But anyway. So I got a full load of nitro in the tank right now. So first thing I'm going to do is drain the tank. So we're going to plump it into my nitro container. And then we're going to start tearing this pig apart. So as I get the motor out, I got to pull the starter. Get started, I got to pull the primer. I don't want to feel with oil right now. So I'm going to go ahead and pull the top end off, and then we'll see the crank. Because you have full access to the crank then. And if you pull the oil pan off, whatever's inside there will come out the bottom. Now we don't have any oil leak on the bottom of the bike. We just have a massive oil leak here, where it blew out here. Obviously the oil line blew off. It didn't blow off. It got compressed. So when the cylinder broke, all 4 ears are gone. Even though I got a rock solid motor mount system and a super strong frame, when that thing's firing and making a lot of horsepower, it pushed that frame up and it pulled this thing out. And this thing's in there a 1/4 inch into that damn thing. It pulled it completely out, came back down on top, and bent it. And then it was just pumping oil out right over the manifold there. But I got that thing shut down quickly because it let go. That thing was shaking. So I can't explain how much shaking it was doing. It was shaking heavy. There was no doubt about it. It was shaking now, and you got to stop that pig now. So I locked them brakes up and got it to stop as fast as I could. I was slipping out of the damn switch I can get off, and heavy on the brake, and got that thing stopped as quick as I could. Because it was running hard in low gear. It came on hard. Once it cleaned out, it took off. It was pulling. So anyway, we're going to yank this thing apart, see what happened. Everything's going to have to be re-cleaned. It'll be nice and clean when I put it back together again, just like last time. And the frame rack's broken up here too. I gotta fix that. It also broke the windscreen, which is hard to fix, so I'll probably just leave it. So I fixed these brackets, made them nice and strong. So actually, the next thing to break is the top bracket. So now I can make those out of strong material, and hopefully it won't break anymore. But for now, that's broken. I got the rust clean off the brake rotor when I was on the brake so hard. I had to do that every run. The track was really short at the other end, so. Anyway, it is what it is. So she's broken. So the worst I've ever broke this thing before is a toss-up. Either when I yanked the whole top of the tranny off, or when I broke the connector rod. I think when I broke the connector rod, did the most damage. It tore up a lot of parts. That was probably the worst damage I've done. So we'll take this out and see if it's any worse than that. You don't know. It's all internal. The only thing that came outside was oil. Nice blue Tribodine. Took a little bit of blue up here, but it's all mixed with dirt now. Looks like an XR 1000 now. Nice blackout motor. Alright, I'm going to start yanking stuff out. I'm going to start by pulling the fuel out of this thing. So I did a video of me coming off the lake bed, but I don't know if the camera, it might have been out of hard drive space, but if you did, you'll see how bad the track was. But if not, oh well, I tried. Alright, that's it. She's broken. Feel free to send donations my way. You might need some parts. Alright, that's it for that.